What's going on, all my cosmic heroes and villains out there today in the comic book world? It is April 6th, 2022. It's New Comic Book Day. I'm going to show you what I picked up today. My name's Big Daddy Gibbs. This is BDG Comics. Leave a like, leave a subscribe, and let's go. Alright, what did I pick up today? I picked up Darkstalkers, Morrigan, #1. I'm not going to show you that. I showed it in the last video that I published, and I talk about it a little bit there because I already read it and reviewed it because it came out last week, but my shop didn't have it until today, so I wanted to go ahead and review it and add it to the list of last week. But the rest of the books are new for this week, and here we go. X-Force Annual, #1. Now, I haven't been digging the X-Men books at all, like any of the X books. I think they've all been pretty bad. But I figured, hey, this is an annual. First of all, it's X-Force, so usually a little bit more action-packed, action-focused, and it's an annual, so it's a one-shot. Hopefully, it's a self-contained story. Hopefully, hopefully we get a beginning, middle, and end in here, and it'll be interesting and good. That's all I'm hoping for. I just want some good quality action entertainment with my X-Men comics, and they have not been delivering. Alright, next up we got part 2 of the Shadow War. This is Batman #122. Very excited to continue that little mini event. I think it's gonna be 8 issues total, because you had the Alpha 1, then you have the ending, the Omega 1, and then Batman has 2 issues, Robin has 2 issues, and Deathstroke Inc. has 2 issues. At least that's what I'm tracking. Let me know down below in the comments if I'm wrong or what's going on with that. I think that's the right order, but these aren't tie-ins. These are actual parts. The Batman, Robin, and Deathstroke Inc. books. Joshua Williamson is writing them all, so it shouldn't feel like a tie-in. It should feel like a continuation, and each one should be like its own chapter or its own part of the Shadow War book. So if you are interested in collecting and reading this series, I don't think these are optional as far as like sometimes tie-ins would be. These are like main parts of the story, so I'm excited to read this one and see where it goes. Next up we got Batman Killing Time #2. I really dug the first issue. There was some things that bugged me about it, particularly the panel narration. His name's Tom King, right? I felt like he didn't like let the artist do his job. He should have but maybe it wasn't him, actually. I have a feeling that it wasn't him and that it was actual editorial issues where editors should have been taking some of those comments out, but they didn't. And I'm excited for this one. I hope it picks up and they get some of those clunky I don't want to say composition things. It's not composition. It's like clunky, it's just design, honestly. I feel like they just took the script and slapped it on top of some of the art, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Alright, next up, actually, after this, I have another X-Men book. So this is another X book, but I didn't read the last, volume, I guess, or, run. It's Marauders. I picked up Marauders #1. I don't know too much about Marauders in general, but I'm curious, and that was the main reason I wanted to pick it up. It seems like a cool idea, and I liked the cover art, and I flipped through it very, very skimmingly. I just kind of thumbed through it. It looked interesting. We'll see where it goes. It's definitely totally on the fence book. I feel like I have zero commitment to this series right now. If this wows me, obviously I'll keep pulling the rest. If, I'll let you know how I feel. Alright, and then next up we got XMen Red. So another X book. Yay! Hopefully this is good. Same as the other ones, I'm going to say. X-Men have been struggling lately, and that sucks because the X-Men are one of the main reasons I wanted to get into comics again. Is because I like the X-Men and I missed old school X-Men, and then I heard they were coming out with the TV show, the X-Men animated series relaunched type thing. XMen 92, I think, is what it's called. And then I saw, you know, I went to the comic book store, and then I was like, I'm gonna pick up some X-Men comics. And they've been pretty disappointing, other than a few issues of the X-Men Legends. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. Alright, next up we got Deadpool Bad Blood. I'm not the hugest Deadpool fan in the world, but I've heard that Deadpool from Liefeld is like sort of a meme, but also sort of like a staple. So I'm curious. Yeah, like I said, I'm not the hugest Deadpool fan. He's cool. And I know this is like a graphic novel being translated into comic book format, or is it a sequel? I'm not sure. Either way, I'm gonna read it and I'll let you know what I think about it. Alright, this was my cover of the week, and also, at the very least, one of the issues that I was most excited about picking up. I love Carnage. Don't need to say anything more about that. Thought this cover was super freaking dope. And I can't wait to read the third issue of She-Hulk. The first two have been lighthearted, fun, easy reads, and just enjoyable as a whole. And I'm honestly expecting the same thing out of this one. I don't think we're going to get like some crazy action, and I don't think we're going to get some really thought-provoking, in-depth, crazy story or anything. I think it's just going to be another fun, lighthearted issue with Jennifer Walters and what's his, Jack of Hearts? I think that's in Jack of Hearts. I think that's his name, right? Yeah. Hopefully we just get more of that, honestly. It'll be nice to have a simple, nice, easy, relaxing, lighthearted, fun read. And that's all I'm really looking for that. Alright, next up we got a heavy metal drummer, number 3, from Behemoth. Stop sleeping on this. Pick it up. It's good. It's fun. It's so much fun. It's vibrant. The art's crazy. The story's crazy. It's just good. It honestly reminds me of like Super Jail as far as the art style and just the craziness of it. Really cool series. I think it's only 5 issues, so it's not that serious of a commitment. It's good. I would pick up the trade if I were you. I assume they're going to release a trade or some kind of collected edition for it. I don't know. Does Behemoth even do that? Who knows? It's really good. I recommend it. And next up we got Radiant Red, because the Radiant verse is super dope, and I've liked every single issue of every single series that's in this Radiant verse. All 13 issues of Radiant Black have been really good, some better than others, of course. The first issue of Radiant Red was at least interesting, even though I think it was probably the weakest Radiant verse issue out of all of them, at least in my opinion, for me. Rogue Sun's been awesome. Supermassive was absolutely incredible. But I'm excited for Radiant Red number 2, see where we go. Hopefully we get like some actual Radiant Red stuff in here and not just the character who is Radiant Red. I don't remember her name. But hopefully it's not just her. Hopefully we get both, where it's her and her in the suit. Or, because I think, if I remember correctly, in the first one, she had already gotten her suit. She just never wore it at all. Yeah, because she already had the money from the bank robbery. So she had already gotten her suit and her powers and stuff like that. But she didn't wear it or activate the suit or however that works. She didn't use her powers or anything like that in the first issue. So hopefully we get some of that in the second issue, because I think this is a mini series, and if it's only like 4, 5, 6 issues, I'd like to see some Radiant Red ass kicking here. All right, next up we got Batman Beyond. What's it called? Neo Year number 1. I don't, like I said before with Batman Beyond the White Knight, I don't know too much about this character or this series or anything like that. I never watched the Batman Beyond animated series. Maybe I need to go back and do that. But I'm excited for it's something new for me, at least. So I'm pumped about it. And then lastly, a series that I have been enjoying, but I'm actually kind of a little confused on. It's just wild, and it's a lot at the same time. And that's The Scorched, issue number 4. So it's the only Spawn book that I'm reading. And mainly because, like I said before, I like action and team-ups and intensity and a lot of superheroes beating the hell out of a lot of supervillains and vice versa. This is a cool cover, homage to the X-Men. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Hopefully this one kind of reminds me. Maybe I'll read, but I might actually go back and read issue 3 again, because I can't even recall what's going on. I know they're in Russia, and that's all I can really remember. I just remember it being like a big battle, big fight. Yeah, I'm not sure, but Scorched number 4 with an amazing cover that I'm excited to read. And that's it for my new comic book day, April 6th, 2022. What did you get? Let me know down below in the comments, and make sure you like and subscribe. And until next time.